Lauren, girl, you are better than me because I would have shut that conversation down with Orion so quick. I would have told production, y'all better redo these seating arrangements because I am not sitting next to this man who cannot take accountability and want to cry that he was heard about something that he was not even heard about. I would have not sat next to him. I'm sorry. I would have told them, y'all better sit me across the room. I cannot sit next to Orion. That's how petty I would have been. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. But y'all let me know what y'all would have done if you was in Lauren's shoes at that wedding reception. In the comments, let me know, y'all. So anyway. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. Y'all, we are going to talk about Lifetime's Married at First Sight Denver, Season 17, Episode 14, New Groom, Who Dis. Before we get into anything, y'all, please do not hesitate to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel, please. This is a growing channel. Share the video where you like to share your content. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought of this episode and this season so far. Let me give y'all a disclaimer. Y'all almost didn't get this video. If you've been keeping up with my Married at First Sight reviews, you know the last 2 or 3 episodes, I just did a quick little short, did my review on a 1-minute short. You could go back and check out all the shorts I've done for maths, because these episodes are very difficult to watch. The season is not giving what it needs to give. It's low-key depressing, but I felt like this episode was boring. Half of it was pretty boring, but it was a joyous time seeing Chloe and Michael get married. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of sitting down and doing a whole video for y'all for Married at First Sight. So here it is. It's going to be quick and short anyway. Y'all know I got to get up in the morning. So let's get into it. So the episode basically is, the whole focus of the episode is Chloe and Michael's wedding. You know, Michael's the second chance groom, okay, because he had the runaway bride the first time. We see them getting ready for the wedding. So the first half is just them showing them talking. Y'all know how they talk before the wedding. And that part was so boring, y'all. Hearing Chloe talk about how her past relationships and how she wants to be in this process. She wants to be married. I do appreciate Chloe's and Michael's enthusiasm and commitment to the process, but we know it ain't gonna last long. Okay, look at the other couple. So anywho, all that part was boring, so I'm not gonna go over it word for word. Michael did have, some jitters about going through the process again, because he's like, what if the person doesn't like him again? I was like, well, maths can't make that mistake twice, so we ain't gonna do that again, Michael, so you ain't got to worry about that, okay? So, Chloe was, worried about what if the guy doesn't like her. I'm like, girl, you ain't got to worry about that with Michael. Like, in the beginning now. How they gonna go after the honeymoon? I don't know. Michael had his friend, was it Daryl there, who wasn't there the first time. So he was like, okay, you're a fresh set of eyes. Like, what do you think? He just wished him the good luck and said, you don't even need it. You're fine. Oh, by the way, Becca and Austin could not attend the wedding today because they had to go see Austin's grandma. I don't know where they was flying to, but hopefully they sent Chloe and Michael a wedding gift in the mail, okay? So in this particular episode, they are having all of the cast attending Michael and Chloe's wedding, which is something we typically don't see. Mind you, I don't want to see a wedding halfway through the season. This is season 14. We've done the weddings already. We got to see their wedding. Lifetime mass people, do not stretch this season out for us to see Chloe and Michael go through the process of their 8 weeks or whatever it takes to get to decision day, because we do not have time for that. We are not stretching out the season for them. We need to wrap this up and get down to the reunion, okay? Let's go on and wrap it up. Anywho, Chloe and Michael exchange gifts. Chloe gives Michael some cufflinks. I think they had animals on them or something. I don't know. He could tell she's an animal lover. And they both do like animals. We find out later on. He gave her a simple gold necklace, which she seemed to love. She was wearing pink. Michael was wearing pink. I said, okay, they all wearing pink. And she put on her Converse. Now, I thought she only had them on at the reception. But then when I rewatched the episode tonight and I saw her tying up them shoes, I was like, girl, Converse? I know we want to be comfortable. I get it. I don't know how old Chloe is, but she look like she in her 30s, probably, maybe close to 40. I don't know. However, I'm getting close to 42, so I ain't judging nobody. However, I'm going to put on my heels and walk down that aisle. Now, when we at the reception, then we can put the tennis shoes on or whatever we're going to put on. I'm not going to put on tennis shoes at my wedding reception. Let me be honest with you. I'm going to put on either some nice flats that match the dress or some sandals or a little wedge heel that matches the dress. But we're not going to put on tennis shoes. But that's just me. Okay, let me know what y'all going to do. So they did all this build up. Like, Chloe was just so scared to walk down the aisle. She said her dad had some health challenges, so he couldn't be there. Speaking of health challenges, Cameron, he's going down to the hospital. I don't think they really showed him this episode. He going down to the hospital. Like I told y'all before, get him something from the hospital gift shop. He probably like teddy bears or chocolate or something, put it in his room. Anyway, so we see everyone getting ready for the wedding. All the, people from the cast. So, okay, Chloe finally walks down the aisle. She's acting scared, but she did it. They did their vows. Find out they're both animal lovers. Okay, so they seem to have good energy. I was worried about the physical attraction, and I still am, but we're going to see what happens. But she wanted to hold his hands at the altar. I feel like Chloe just want to get married because she was talking about how her friends are shading her and taking pictures of an empty chair and stuff. I think Chloe gives me, I just want to have a man. I want to just be able to say, my man, my man, my man. I'm going to see my husband. Like, that's what she's giving. And she don't care who it was. That's probably why she didn't marry the first sight. But I ain't mad at it. Sometimes you just want to get into it, okay? So, anywho, they go outside to talk. And he said they both told me how they wanted somebody with a good heart. He said, I knew I wanted someone who was smart and kind and had a good heart. And I knew that would be you. Like, I could tell that you would have all those things. He was telling her how this process is especially unique for them. Because then he explains how he got left at the altar the first time around and he is doing this process over. He's like, oh, you probably noticed, some other people on my side. You probably was wondering, who are they? That's because they are the other castmates in the process because I had to do a do-over wedding. And so he was like, but that does not take away from you. I don't want you to feel like you're like second choice or anything like that. Like, our experience is our experience. And so Chloe says she's okay with that. She said, what's meant to be for us won't pass us by. Whatever she said, it sounded good. He said he liked that. And I'm glad she took it well in that moment. I'm wondering if it really bothered her or she making it like it was a big deal for TV because she did bring it up a couple times in the episode. So anywho, they talked about all their animals. They both like to adopt pets that got deformities. And they seem to have a lot in common. They took pictures. She said she feels really comfortable taking, with him and holding hands and, hugging all on him and all that and kissing him. She felt very, very comfortable with him, okay? I just want to know, are they physically attracted to each other? Because I don't know, y'all. Let me know if y'all think Chloe and Michael are physically attracted to each other because I don't know. Like Michael cool. Me and him would go, shopping at the Gucci store together or something. But other than that, I don't know. Anyway, we did see Orion and Brennan talking to Michael before, the wedding. And he was asking them for advice because he said he ain't made it to the other side. He ain't made it past the ceremony. And so Brennan was like, just go, go into it. No, prejudgments, just wide the way, be an experience. All that. Orion's like, yeah, just, enjoy yourself, do all this. And I was like, first of all, nobody's taking advice from either one of y'all because both of y'all are failures at y'all marriage, okay? And especially you, Brennan. I mean, Orion, you already divorced, so we really ain't taking your advice. Orion then gonna say in his confessional that he feels some type of way because this is where him and Lauren got married and it didn't end up the way he wanted it to, and he know he gonna see Lauren today and he feel like it's gonna be uncomfortable. Okay. And that's on you, sir. So then we see them taking pictures and stuff. Chloe's mama, she was trying to get her hug from Michael. She's like, I need to hug you before we take a picture. I was like, oh, girl, she must have liked her some Michael. And so anyway, Chloe's like, Mom, meet my husband. And so then we do see the ladies talking to them and getting to know them. And Chloe's, you're introducing themselves. And Chloe was saying, like, I am wondering, like, why how am I here now? Like, I wasn't supposed to be here. And so Lauren's like, no, you are supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here. You just, didn't know how you were going to end up here, but you were supposed to be here. And I'm glad she told her that. And so Claire gonna introduce herself. Now, this part, it took me out. when Claire introduced herself to Chloe, she goes, say, I'm Claire. You know, my husband Cameron, he's not here right now. He's having some health conditions. He's in the hospital. He would love to be here. I was like, ain't y'all getting a divorce? What are you calling him your husband Cameron? Aren't they didn't they say they were getting a divorce? Last time we saw them together. When they was at that steak dinner and he playing Russian roulette with her, with the relationship. Ain't they divorced? Claire was very much giving, I still want to be with my man, even though I don't want to be with my man. I was like, girl, bye. So, Lauren wasn't faking the funk, though. So then, Brandon did a toast to them. He acted like he forgot Chloe's name. We do see them at the reception dinner table, and they did a little, what they be doing at the table, y'all? They be clinking the glasses. You know, they be like, doo-doo, and they want you to kiss. You know they do. And Michael was like, well, I think that means we got to kiss. So Chloe's like, okay, she ain't had no problem with that. And so then we do see everybody dancing and all that. And then Claire says she feels some type of way being there. And it's really making her miss Cameron and all this stuff. She got up and called him on the phone to see how he was doing. Like, girl, you wasn't checking for Cameron. Please stop, Claire. Please stop. Now, this is the part that made me really want to do this review. I almost gave y'all a short again for this review. But it was the part when Lauren and Ryan had their conversation that I said, no, I need to get on the line and talk to y'all about this. So, first of all, with the seating arrangements at the reception, they had Lauren and Orion sitting right next to each other. And I said, why they do that? First of all, we don't need them sitting next to each other. So Lauren over there trying to eat her food, enjoy herself. And Orion over there like, oh, asking her how she's doing. She said she's good. She's getting back into her routines and all that. He said, how are you doing emotionally with everything? She said she's good. It's good to be able to take a step back and look at everything. And she said, I guess she's doing some healing work, some therapy, whatever. And she was saying that, like, you know, she realized she was kind of triggered from past relationships because when she yelled saying she wants to get divorced and she snatched her ring off, she said that's not really her. And she didn't know where that came from. And she said that she was in past relationships where she was told she wasn't enough. And so then he was like, oh, so me telling you felt the marriage probably didn't help. And she's like, yeah, exactly. And the way Ryan sits there and still takes no accountability is sickening to me. And then he gonna have the nerves to say, oh, hey, you know, sometime after this, would you like to get together and talk or something? And then she was like, no, I have no, you know, hard feelings or anything like that, but I don't think it's a good idea. I would have respectfully got out of that conversation. I would have been like, okay, it's good to see you too, but we don't need to talk to each other. Like, I would have said something to like shut it down. Like, Lauren, girl, you are better than me, because I would have shut that conversation down with Orion so quick. I would have told production, y'all better redo these seating arrangements, because I am not sitting next to this man who cannot take accountability and want to cry that he was hurt about something that he was not even hurt about. I would have not sat next to him. I'm sorry. I would have told them, y'all better sit me across the room. I cannot sit next to Orion. That's how petty I would have been. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. But y'all let me know what y'all would have done if you was in Lauren's shoes at that wedding reception. In the comments, let me know, y'all. So anyway, then he talking about how he went to therapy and the therapist is talking to him about him being stubborn. And how they asked, okay, when did you realize you didn't want to deal with situations with like people, you know, being verbally abusive and all that stuff with you? And he was like, not that you were. I'm not saying you were verbally abusive. And she was looking like, yeah, thank you for saying that. I was like, please go away, Orion. Go away from me with this. So he was saying he grew up with his mama, I guess, getting cursed out, seeing his sister getting dogged out and cursed out. So he, at a young age, was not able to deal with all that. Now, mind you, Lauren did not do all that to you, so I don't know. To me, I don't see the connection like, and, okay, your mama got cursed out when you was a kid, and what that got to do with you being mean to Lauren for something she didn't even do to you? What does that have to do? It has absolutely nothing. So again, you can go to the other side of this reception and not talk to me, Orion. That would have been me. So anyway, that was that. I was irritated by that. We see Brendan and Emily talking, right? And so Emily was like, oh, you know, does this make you feel step away because this is our wedding venue and all that? And he's like, nah, I've been a lot of wedding venues. He ain't tripping. He ain't feeling no type of way. And so she was like, yeah, it made me remember how I felt that day, how I was sweaty, I was nervous and all this stuff. And so then he's like, oh yeah, I would give them, if I can give them advice, I would say, really, enjoy this, this and that. She's like, what advice would you give? And so he said, enjoy yourself, enjoy the honeymoon. And she was like, I would say enjoy the honeymoon phase. It's going to end quickly. And so they just had an awkward conversation, and she just seemed annoyed. She said something about it in her confessional. Oh, Emily was getting on my nerves this episode too, because earlier in the episode when they were talking to Chloe and Michael afterward, she's like, oh, she seems nice. Like, she seems like, she likes him. And she was like, oh, they kind of seem vanilla. Like, they didn't really do anything. I was like, girl, what did you want? Like, stop, Emily. Emily be quick to talk about other people because her stuff is messed up. That's what I'll be getting from Emily. So, Brennan and Emily's like, you want to dance? So Emily, she went back down to the bar. I guess they was only down to wine or something. So she danced, and she asked Brennan, was he going to dance? So then I forgot what he said, if he would dance or not, or he barely could do a two-step or something. So then she just all over the floor twirling and stuff. Did y'all see Claire dancing? I said, the way Claire dancing, I told y'all Claire really like black men. I told y'all. So anyway, now I don't know what kind of dance Emily was doing. She was twirling around with Michael's friends and stuff, and next thing we know, somebody broke a glass, and I don't know if she bumped the guy, the glass fell in his hand, or what happened, but she was like, woo, and then she still was turning around and dancing and having a good old time, and Brennan looked disgusted and embarrassed, and he was like, well, I'm done. I was like, ooh, Lord, she gonna be in trouble when she get home. So then we also see Chloe talking to Michael's friends and Michael talking to Emily's family and friends. So Michael's friends was asking her, like, okay, so how do you feel? Like, what if one day, Michael said he wanted to buy these Versace shoes, they cost $1,000. Like, what you gonna say? So I don't remember if they said shoes or Versace, but it was an example like that. So she was like, really? Wow, I'm really a minimalist. Like, material things don't make me happy or give me joy like that. But if that's what gives him joy, then, that's fine with me. But I would want, she would want more than that for him. But that's what it takes, then that's fine. So then they were like, no, we want you to tell him, like, no, he can't do that. And I was like, not y'all trying to fix Michael's spending habits on the low. Like, that's going to take the work of the Lord. Because trust me, I'm working on it right now. And it really is taking God to work through me and with me, okay? So, Michael, do we need to, connect and be accountability partners, work on our spending habits? Let me know. So then Emily's family was asking, Michael's friends was asking her about, does she want to have kids? She said she don't really see herself having kids. There's so many kids in a foster care system that need to be adopted. I forgot the number she quoted. It was like 500 something thousand. And she said, why, instead of putting a bun in her oven, she'd rather, get somebody else's buns and raise them. And so basically she'd rather adopt. So then Chloe's family was basically asking Michael like the same kind of question, how he feels. Well, first Michael was explaining to them that, how the experts originally, paired him with somebody else and it didn't work out. And so the friend, I don't know if it was her friend or cousin or brother, whoever it was like, oh, you're a really brave man. Like, you're so awesome for doing that. And they're giving him his kudos and all that. They asked him, did he want kids? He also said he didn't see himself having kids, but if his partner wanted to have kids, then he would be okay with that. And he said he more so saw himself adopting, whether that's foster care or whatever, configuration it is. He was more into adoption. So it was just cool to see that they both pretty much had the same answer, which did give me hope. And they do seem to have a lot of certain particular things. Like, I can see a little bit of, I can see the compatibility. I'm going to say that. I'm not sure if I see physical attraction. He said he's attracted to her, that she looks good. She said she's attracted to her husband, so we'll see. But I don't know. I don't pick up any sexual chemistry. Like, Chloe ready to get it popping, but I don't know if Michael wants to get it popping with Chloe. Like, Chloe don't look like the type of girl that Michael would usually go for. I think that's what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. There was one more conversation I wanted to go back to. Chloe was talking to the girls, Lauren and Claire and Emily, and saying like, oh, I'm really worried, like, that the experts, like, why they didn't pick me the first time around. Like, why didn't they think I would be a good fit initially? And so they were like, so Lauren's like, no, you are a good fit. That's why I said what's meant for you is meant for you. Like, you are supposed to be here. She said, don't, like, basically Lauren gave her encouraging words, like, don't let that, like, take away from the process from you. Like, you're supposed to be here. And on after party, Lauren did say that everyone had kind of discussed prior to the wedding that they weren't going to put any of the negative stuff they went through on Chloe and Michael, that they were going to, just go there with just being positive and encouraging to them and not, give them their horror stories, because it ain't looking good for everybody else, right? Like, they still need to have hope. And I'm glad they did that. They don't need to go in there and be like, girl, you don't want to do Married at First Sight. That would be messed up. Like, Michael, you shouldn't have done this again. Like, that would have been messed up. So I'm glad they did that. And then Chloe was also talking to Michael's friends about the whole second choice thing. And she said she is okay with it. However, she's worried that he might have some unresolved feelings that maybe he's not aware of. So they were like, oh, he's a very smart man. I think he's aware of it. Like, he has done the work and all that. I think he is too. I don't think he's, well, we'll see how it plays out, but I don't think he's holding on to anything. But he could be. He could. Maybe he'll hold back in the process. I don't know. But they seem to get along well. And then they leave the wedding. And they go have their first wedding night. And, he does the whole unbuttoning her dress. She says she's going to shimmy out of it. And then she was worried about her eyelashes. So she put them on her forehead or something, on her eyebrows or something. So she came out like that. And he liked the joke. And so then she got to bed with a robe on and pajamas and everything. He got to bed with socks on. I was like, oh, Lord. But, it'd be cold in Denver, so I ain't mad, because I don't like being cold. I'm over here cold in California, and I know our cold ain't nothing compared to some of y'all's cold. So anyway, they get into bed, and she said she liked to cuddle. He going to be the big spoon. But she said, something happened tonight. She said, we just going to do what we got to do. I said, oh, Chloe ready to get it pop, and she wants some cut. Anyway, I don't think they had sex, though, y'all. I'm pretty sure they didn't. Anyway, I think they're going off to their honeymoon. Like I said, we don't have time for all that. We need to wrap it up. Sorry, but not sorry. Chloe and Michael, y'all going to have to catch up at another time, but we ain't got time for it. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll be back tomorrow night for Ready to Love. So meet me back here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.